Hi, it's James from Headshot Company. So today we wanted to put together a little video showing you the process that our virtual headshots go through. If you haven't heard of virtual headshots before, they're a great way for remote teams or large companies with offices in multiple locations to get consistent, professional looking headshots virtually. The virtual headshot service is essentially a retouch service. It begins with us sending out a guide that can be passed on to a team or individual, outlining how they can self-shoot their own headshot. This image or images are then sent over to us to be hand retouched, and that's what we're going to show you today. So once the self-shot image is received by us, the first step is to create a clipping path, which essentially means cutting out the subject from the background. This is quite a long, boring process, so we've sped it up here, but you get the idea. Once the subject's been removed from the background, we then drop in the new background. Rather than create a flat, solid colour, we add in some extra steps, creating texture, adding shadows, so it looks like a real studio backdrop was used. This is of course optional, but it makes for a much more realistic looking shot. Some clients also prefer to have an environmental backdrop, for example, a shot of their offices. Now we move on to the bit that all of our clients love, the retouch. Now we like to recommend what we call a realistic retouch, and by this we mean that we do leave natural lines under the eyes, for example, and skin pores will remain. We just massively reduce them. So we start by cloning out everything and then slightly bring it back. There are of course some things that we completely remove, like spots for example. The final stage of the retouch is to smooth out the skin. This process looks a bit odd, but the end result is super realistic, smooth skin. Next we carry out what's called a dodge and burn. Essentially we paint over the image, increasing the contrast between light and dark areas on the face and hair. This same technique is used by beauty photographers and allows us to subtly adjust the light across a subject's face, and during this process we'll also slightly increase the brightness of the eyes, making them pop nicely. So now we've swapped out the background and retouched our subject, it's time to apply the finishing touches. This brings everything together nicely. The first step is to adjust the warmth of the image. Self-shot images usually look a bit more orange than a studio headshot, so we reduce the colour temperature slightly. We then make some slight adjustments to the brightness and contrast and boost the sharpness. The final step is to crop the image. This particular client has specified a tight headshot style crop to fit in with their existing headshots. And there we have it. That's how each virtual headshot is processed by us. Here we can see the before and after side by side, and if you visit our website and head to virtual headshots, you'll see some more examples of before and after images. I hope that you found this video of interest, and if you have any questions about virtual headshots or would like to find out more, head over to www.headshotcompany.co.uk.